Welcome! Welcome, you guys. Another wonderful Tuesday is upon us. Are we live on here? Public, live. Everything looks good. Welcome in, you guys. For some reason this week, we have 3 withdrawn items. Turn the music down here whilst I talk. Mega Man, one of those press kit for Mega Man 9's 85+, Mario Golf 80+, and Tiny Toon's Scary Dreams. If you guys aren't aware, this used to be one of the rarest Chase Game Boy Advance games that existed. For a while, it was like people weren't even sure if it released in North America. That was the kind of aura that was around it. That was the kind of Chase. Then I don't know if there were some factory cases found. I just time, I guess, brought them out, but these days it's still kind of expensive, but not nearly what it was. Like, I think I paid as much for a copy back in, like, 2016, 2015 as it sells for today. You know what I mean? Cool game, though, but for whatever reason, it was pulled from the auction. Maybe they just moved it to a different one. But, cool game there. Here for the Pokemon Red Japanese cases. Yes, Mike. Man, I don't know. Man. I made this short video about Pokemon Red today. The Japanese copy, 45,000. I don't know, man. It's terrifying. That's my take on it. My take on the $45,000 Pokemon Red is that there's a lot of upside there, right? That could end up being the grail in the coming 5-10 years. Maybe we won't. Like, more copies don't come out. 90+ remains like the highest grade copy. All this stuff, you know, Japanese video game collecting becomes the norm. Everyone's into it. Pokemon there's a lot of upside there. It just scares me. It just scares me. We don't know what's out there. It's a big gamble. Man, I don't know. Terrifies me, even, we could say. Welcome in, you guys. Davies Game and Game Gallery. Super Garbage Day. Renex Machina every single week, my guy. Pokerface Daily Shorts. Trevor. Mike. Master of Unlocking. Joe Kane. Game Gallery. Welcome in, you guys. Welcome in for the auction. Of course, this Thursday, you can see in the thumbnail there. Well, tonight's sponsored by Heritage. Huge thanks to Heritage for sponsoring. In the thumbnail, coming up this Thursday, 6th Generation to Beyond Showcase Auction. We are into full showcase auction mode now. I think we have June 6th, June 13th, and June 19th. All have a showcase auction, so Thursdays are going to be busy. Hopefully you can come out 7 p.m. Eastern, or 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern this Thursday, 6th Generation to Beyond Showcase. That's on the thumbnail there. The Final Fantasy X's highest grade, highest item in the It was up there anyway. 9.8 A++ sitting at 3,250. Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I don't know if you guys saw on eBay. A 9.8 A++ just sold on eBay for $8,100. Modern Warfare sitting on Heritage right now. 3,600, 3,500 for the 9.8 A+. And Minish Cap, 9.8 A++, sitting right around $4,000 right now. So Thursday is going to be huge. We have one of the first to own Halo 3 promotional, Rule of Rose VGA 90, first print, Breath of the Wild 95. I assume it's a first print. The Wind Waker Wii U. Hopefully you can come out on Thursday. It's going to be a hell of an auction, and I should be throwing bids at stuff, actually. One of my favorite personal auctions, so if you want to get into that showcase auction, any other showcase auction, you can just Google search the Heritage Auctions video game calendar, videogames@ha.com to reach out. Any questions, anything like that, referral links in the description, all that good stuff. Well, welcome in, you guys. Yeah, Call of Duty, $50,000 at the absolute PK. I think it's only a Pop 2, 9.8 A++, I think. Yo, Tyrannus Rex. Yo, Craig. Hey, Greg, first time you're live. What's the underrated games for long-term in your opinion? My guy, you can't just show up for the first time and tell me what's undervalued. And just ask me to source my crystal ball for you as soon as you show up.
Fair warning.
Oh my gosh, my guy.
$40.
If I knew every undervalued game, I wouldn't be sitting here frickin' streaming. I'd be retired by now. But in general, Losty, in general, what I will say for that comment, and I don't really make videos like this, but in my opinion, factory sealed GameCube is dirt cheap. My personal opinion. Mario titles, Zelda titles, factory sealed GameCube is just fucking cheap. Heard it here first, folks. When factory sealed GameCube takes off and prices double, triple, you can look back to this video. You can look back to June 4th, 2024. Not investment advice. Don't come at me if you lose money. Castle of the Dragon, 8.5 CIB for 69 bucks. It's a pretty nice copy of Castle of Dragon there. Not that common to find, honestly. Bible Buffet, 375. Unlicensed. Bible Buffet. Let's go. One of the Wisdom Tree games here. That's actually like pretty solid. Batman Return of the Joker, 459.28 plus. Atlantis Factor, 450 bucks for the 8.08. Gyromite, 7.0 CIB matte sticker first production copy. Do I know who the consigner was of the Pokemon Red? Your immediate thought was ever such a crazy good condition came from. May not be the only one, but you're right. It could end up being a great buy. I don't know who the consigner is, Mike. I do know the buyer. The buyer, I don't know if he's going to go public or anything. So like as of right now, you know, I can't share who bought it. But I do know who bought it. He's happy with it. He's taking that shot. He's taking that gamble. We'll see. We'll see what happens with it. Don't know who sold it though. I do assume that Heritage has been in Japan a few times this year. At least twice. They were at like Comic-Con Japan. They were at some of those big Japanese conventions. Advertising sealed games, you know what I mean? So that Pokemon Red could have actually come from a Japanese collector. It's fully possible that a consigner, like, collectors do exist in Japan. Obviously, it's not nearly as much as North America, but it's possible that did come from Japan. It came from a new collector. They say, you know, unless someone says otherwise, I don't. It's all speculation. MIJ for GameCube, yes. Yeah, I'm not looking to pay a massive premium myself on Made in Japan Super Junk, but I absolutely do believe Made in Japan will hold premium forever. And if GameCube keeps going up, I also believe that Made in Japan will just keep pacing it. So, if you can get Made in Japan for a small premium over a USA print, absolutely. Every single time, right? Absolutely. But I'm not, like, right now, if I can get a USA, like, let's say USA Wind Waker costs $300 and a Japan copy costs $900. Give me the $300 one all day long. So, it just depends on the price difference between a USA and Japan right now. But, yes, I fully do believe Japan will, that narrative is set. That will continue. I feel like that narrative is pretty set. Yeah, PAL Showcase coming up this summer, Trev. It might even be this month, actually. It's either this month or the next. Yo, Divine Pops, welcome in, dude. How goes the GameStop Pokemon card trade-in thing? It's been, what, now like 2 weeks, Divine? Are you guys gelling with it? Are people liking it? What's your take on GameStop doing Pokemon cards now? Curious how it... I'm curious how it is with actual boots on the ground. We need the live report, you know? Throwing it over to Divine Pops here for the live report. He's on the ground in GameStop.
$120.
Yeah, Treehouse, I did see that you linked that. I don't know if that sticker on Kingdom Hearts Japan is a good thing or a bad thing. There's a lot of sticker variants for Japanese games that I still don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Super Mario Bros. 8.0 right bros here. 8.0 box, 8.5 cart, 8.0 manual. Beautiful CIBs coming up in this auction do include, oh my god. So when I posted this Turtles in Time to my story, maybe I pumped it, don't know. Do people read my Instagram stories? I don't know. It's a 9.0 with a 9.6 box. Made in Japan, first production, now sitting at $1,300. 9.6 box on an actual Japan copy of this is crazy. And this is why I think, Super Junk, when you talk about Made in Japan, right? Made in Japan being a premium qualifier is already solidified on Super Nintendo as well. Like, this is a long time now, you know? That's why I think it's gonna stay a thing. As information and collecting and stuff, as this actually matures and people become more aware, like how many people do you think in GameCube collecting in general even know Made in Japan and Made in USA is a thing?
$130.
10%? 20%? Is that highballing? Should we go to 5%? Like how many people who own a Mario Sunshine know anything about Made in Japan, Made in USA? I assume like 10%.
$170.
Greg, always say that what you really need are sealed GameCube systems. Yeah, you're going to cash out at some point on those, Adam. The GameCube consoles are amazing too. But I just, like, genuinely, I don't know, the age demographic of GameCube people is what, like 25 right now? When the GameCube come out? 2001? Coming up on the 25-year anniversary soon on GameCube? I just feel like it's cheap. Like $200, $300, $400 gets you some of the best games on the console factory sealed. No, you can't buy 9.88 plus VGA 90. You have to spend closer to $1,000 on most stuff, but like $200, $300, $400, man, you're getting most of the good stuff on GameCube.
Fair warning.
You literally just learned about Made in Japan GameCube games. Hey, there we go.
Next,
What it's all about, Bob.
$80.
It's what it's all about. Slowly but surely, this information will spread. What was the most expensive sold GameCube game? Are you able to search without gamer stonks? It's hard. The most expensive sold GameCube game. My God. What even is it? Animal Crossing did a stupid number. It sold for like 12,000 or something. Can we just type in GameCube here? This will only show us Heritage auctions, but Heritage likely had the most expensive GameCube sale. Pokemon box, I guess, 15,600. Yeah, man, I was close with Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing is number 4, 13,200. I knew Animal Crossing went ballistic. But yeah, Pokemon box, August 7th. Small box copy, not even a frickin' big box. Someone dropped 15K on a frickin' small box. And then November 17th, like 2 months later, someone got an 85 big box with Eon ticket for half price. This was just terrible. This was terrible. So, yeah, 15,600. 9.6A small box. What a... It's a bad one. That's a bad one. You actually kind of want the Game Genie? How does Greg get all the inside info on these buyers? Craig, my network, man. My network is spreading. It's the network, Craig. Or they leak me the information. Do I have the inside information at Heritage? Do I? How deep does Greg go?
Fair warning.
Greg was an inside job. Oh, is it your game unlocking? Is this your Turtles in Time coming up right here? The Game Genie, $139. Wrath of the Black Manta, 9.28 plus for 300. Tiny Toon Adventures, 7.58 for 200. And a complete inbox Mario, 8.0. $175, Mario 3. Really not that bad. Thoughts on Silent Hill games? Love it. I love them lostly, but they're expensive. But I absolutely believe in the future of Silent Hill video games. I have a couple of factory sealed Japan ones, Silent Hill 1. I would love to get a North American Silent Hill, Silent Hill 2. I believe in them long term. I think Silent Hill has the potential to be like the #2 horror series right behind Resident Evil. The Made in Japan Turtles in Time did not get another bid. I mean, $1,300 is pretty freaking good, but like, man, it didn't get any bids on the live there.
$12, $16.
No bids on the live there. Kind of crazy. Like I said, $1,300 is pretty freaking decent, but I expected there was going to be a bit of a fight there. Tetris 2, 9.4, also a Made in Japan here. Mid-production, I guess, on this one. Jeez. What makes this mid-production? Is it the ESRB? Is there a K to A version? I'm guessing there's a kids to adult ESRB rating. Yeah, I assume you're up on that, Master of Unlocking. Like, I assume that's still a good sale at $1,300. Yeah, LinkedIn. I just check on my LinkedIn. The Metroid System #2, one of the more common GameCube systems. What are you saying there, Adam?
Fair warning, $38.
What are you saying there about the Metroid System #2?
Fair warning.
It's been pretty good with the GameStop trade-in, actually. The prices aren't fair in your opinion, but people have been regularly taking between $160 to $190 for a $500 card. What? What? Why? So, man.
Fair warning.
So when you have people and they bring in your stuff, you're saying like most people actually are like pretty decent about it? Like the prices being offered? That is shocking to me.
Fair warning.
I mean, shoot. If people are really down to take like 40-50% value on a $500, why would you? That's what kills me. I just like, why would you? Why would you take 40% on a $500 card? Just seems odd to me. Like, I guess in my head, I just think that people who are into graded cards doing all that, like, you're probably also into online commerce. You probably also buy, sell. It just seems crazy to me. When you ran a GameCube comp on Heritage sales, the Metroid System was in second. Oh, shoot. Yes, the Metroid Limited Edition console, August 18th, 2022. 80 plus. Not even a great grade for 13,000. Whew. Whew. Yeah, I was only looking at games there, Adam. That's crazy, man. That is crazy. Second most expensive GameCube thing ever sold. Well, I guess tied for number 2 with Animal Crossing. Frickin' Metroid Prime GameCube console.
Fair warning.
It's just like, oh my god, man. It's nuts.
Next lot.
Nuts what we saw back then. Yeah. Nuts. But here, like, 9.68 plus near mint copy of Wind Waker is now $600.
Next lot.
$600. You can get yourself near mint Wind Waker. I don't know, man. I just think GameCube's cheap.
$100.
Outside of like VGA 90s and stuff, like, you know.
$110.
I don't know. Call me crazy. Raw prices especially, just too damn low. That's my call.
$130.
Still pumping. Stop pumping GameCube. You still need to complete your sealed PAL set. You got like 300 games to go. Oh my god, Trevor. You're going to be at that for years yet, my guy. PT consoles to the moon. Yes. Get your frickin' Silent Hill. What was that, PS3? Get your Silent Hill PS3 console with PT on it still. Are people sleeping on PSP? It's tough, Dragon Dew. It's tough, because with PSP, right, it's the same as Vita. It's the same as Dreamcast. I would put it in that same category. Where, yes, I think the games in general are underappreciated. I don't know if I can call it undervalued, though, because I don't know where a wave of people or a wave of new interest is going to hit PSP.
Fair warning.
Why would a wave of new interest hit Dreamcast at this point? Like, it doesn't have the same collector aura. It's not that kind of console. I think there's going to be some really, really good PSP games that you can probably pick up now cheap and stuff. Like, I do think PSP collecting will probably develop more than it is now, but, you know, if you're like, oh, I'm going to scoop up PSP games cheap and they're all going to go up, like, not something I would personally bet on. GoldenEye is a 9.4 CIB CGC. Beautiful copy of GoldenEye. 9.6 box, 9.4 cart, 9.2 manual. 9.4 overall for nearly $700. So if you're ever curious, maybe you haven't been tuning in for a while, yes, Mint CIB is still absolutely worth sending in to get graded. Absolutely worth it. You can still get really good premiums on Mint stuff. So keep that in mind if you're ever at game stores, ever hunting. Mint. You can almost never overpay for Mint, right? Isn't that what they say? Just buy Mint. Tetrasphere, 9.88++. There's actually 2 of them at this grade. Highest graded copy ever sold at Heritage, or at least the only 9.88++. I think they sold VGA 90 before, about $1,000 on Tetrasphere. Not bad. Pretty random game to bring in $1,000, but 9.88++. Entering into some GBA here, and then we actually have a few Switch games too, a little bit of DS. Interesting coming up. There's
Fair warning.
this Kingdom Hearts game here. Maybe I'm gonna spoil this for someone, but this game on the back of it, it's like a pre-order limited edition with it has this sticker thing on the back. I think it's stickers. But I do not believe it's easy to find it with this actually attached to the back of it. So, just a little heads up on the Kingdom Hearts there. It's a bit of a special variant. I know there's a lot of Kingdom Hearts fans in the chat.
$140.
Guardian Heroes Advanced Guardian Heroes, 9.88++.
$150.
Yeah, $700, man. That's pretty good for a GoldenEye. People in mass do not feel comfortable selling their own stuff. Lots of people are willing to trade their stuff for nothing, thinking there's no other option. They're turned off, no time to anxiety, concerns with being scammed, etc. You know, Jordan, I think you're right. I think you are absolutely right, because even in, like, small circles, like local, I know people who... I was talking about this with my brother, actually. There are people... You're probably right. You're right, Jordan. I think you're right. And to build off what you're saying is, I think people go online or do eBay or think they're going to get into buying, selling, commerce, all this stuff, right? I'm going to be the next big Pokemon flipper. And you go to eBay, and you're a noob, you don't know shit, and someone hits you with like an item not as described scam or an item not delivered scam or whatever it is, right? Someone returns the wrong item. and you lose $100, you lose $200. Like, you outright lose money, right?
Fair warning.
And I think a lot of that just once, that happening once to people, they're like, well, that's it. This is a scam. I'm off of eBay. I'm only doing local, blah, 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 right?
Fair warning.
I think Rudy actually just talked about this too in his video. Very recent video, Alpha Investments. Talked about this too, I believe. And it's like, so many people will just shoot themselves in the foot or give up or quit or, like, they fuck themselves up. You fuck yourself up way more by walking away after getting scammed once or losing some money or having a bad thing. They'll just, like, walk away and lose way more money than you would if you just kept using eBay.
Fair warning.
So, I think you're right about that, Jordan. Is that there are just a lot of people who are unwilling to go the online route. And, if you can walk into GameStop, you get your 50%. At least you got something, I guess.
Fair warning. 180.
Pokemon Pinball is amazing? Yes, it is. Like, genuinely, Pokemon Pinball is very fun. Would you say any of those expensive GameCube sales were actually good buys? I don't think so. What's up here? I think all of them have aged pretty bad, haven't they? I think Animal Crossing is at least still a pop too. I don't hate the big box for $7,800 with Eon ticket. Like, that's pretty fucking cool. These are so high, man. Like, this is cool, but the grade is a 9.4A for $6,600. Maybe this VGA 95 for $5,700. It's a lot of money, but at least it's a 95.
Fair warning.
This is probably the best purchase I see out of the stuff above $5,000 here. At least it's a 95. It's rare to find. It's Zelda. Like, at least that's something.
$300.
Magical Quest starring Mickey and Minnie. Not easy to find at all on GBA there. 85 plus for $412. Guardian Heroes went for $237.50. Final Fantasy 1 and 2. Dawn of Souls VGA 90. Beautiful copy. Jeez. Pushing its way up to $400 here. Yeah, if you want to buy niche stuff like a PSP console, just have fun with it. Right? No problem buying PSP, buying Dreamcast, buying Sega Master System, buying, whatever niche console you want to go. You just have to understand that in doing so, that might be dead money. You might not even get out of it what you put into it. Like, these are more niche consoles. Just temper expectations, Yo, Victor, it's good to see you too, man. That's the lesson exactly. You have to keep pressing forward. Exactly. Like, I have been scammed many times over the past 10 plus years I've been on eBay. I think I made my eBay account in 2010. I've been scammed probably over 20 times that I can, losses anywhere from $50 up to like $300. You're gonna get scammed. You build that in. Like that's like your insurance costs. You're gonna lose money at some point. I know I'm going to lose money again at some point. I don't know where. I don't know when. Something's going to happen eventually again. I know this. You have to be able to, if you are, you build that in. That's the cost of doing business. Legend of Zelda 9.68 plus CGC Game Boy Advance Classic Series for $375. The VGA 90 Final Fantasy 1 and 2, $400. That's good. Like, that's not bad. Nice copy. The Final Fantasies on GBA aren't exactly rare, but they're a really fun set to collect. So getting a VGA 90 for $400, nice. Metroid Classic Series 85 plus for $225. River City Ransom EX, man, that's cool. Published by Atlas, 85 plus, only 6 copies on the VGA Pop Report. First time at Heritage Auctions. We'll see if River City Ransom here gets some love. Looking for $325 on it.
$280.
There was a time where you couldn't go wrong flipping games, but anyone who tried jumping now just to flip stuff, man, it's tough. Yep. That's where we're at now. Reselling, flipping, all this stuff is way more popular. It just is what it is.
Fair warning.
PSP Vita comparison to Dreamcast is fair. Going back further, there's ColecoVision. Games are better than Atari at the time. Great looking boxes. Gone nowhere in price over the last 20 years. Yep.
Fair warning.
There are very few obvious PSP titles to pick up, despite being an awesome console. I mean, if I was to go the PSP route, You personally have only had one customer get angry and not
Fair
take the
warning.
offer. You even tell people as I'm telling them the offer that they could get more on different platforms. You're a man of the people, Divine Pops. You're a man of the people. I'm shocked. I'm shocked, but I guess I give people too much credit, man.
Next lot.
I guess I give people too much credit. Just take your money and get the heck out of there. River City Ransom, $425 for the 85 plus there. The $400, hey, soft ceiling here on GBA tonight. $400 for Disney and Mickey and Minnie. $400 on Final Fantasy 1 and 2. $375 on the Zelda. This one, a little bit over $400 for the Mario World. $475. Tough to break out of that $400 range tonight. Ninja Turtles, VGA 85. Only 2 copies on the VGA Pop Report. That's kind of hilarious. eBay fees are killer too. You think a lot of people are trading in 8s and 9s that are barely worth the time to sell? GameStop will end up with a lot of the junk. I think on stuff that's not worth time to sell though, Tetsu, they offer like literally $5 to $10. You know what I mean? Like if your card has fair market value, say $34.99, I don't think you're walking away with much. So people could just be getting the money out of them, yeah, but You went Boxing Day and sparred and took a shot to the nose. Hope I'm not gonna... What? Oh, you went boxing today and sparred and you took a shot to the nose. Hoping you're not concussed. Luckily, nose didn't break, but you might have a nice little shiner. It's funny. I always, I love the idea of boxing and fighting and stuff, but I hate the idea of getting hurt, so I never do it. Like, I would fucking hate if I broke my nose. Maybe that just makes me a big pussy, but... I will probably never do fighting stuff like that. The idea of boxing is fantastic. Love the sport, but yeah. Not for me. You're a brave guy, Chokeslam.
Fair warning.
Of those 20 times getting scammed, how many getting scammed is the buyer and how many is the seller? Honestly, always as the buyer. Yeah, a lot of the times I fucked up as a buyer. Actually. Because, like, I didn't understand how to do returns properly, or I would ship returns with, I would ship returns without tracking because Canadian shipping was so expensive. Like, I've had a lot of issues as buyer, actually.
$120.
More issues as a buyer than as a seller, but these days, like, I just, item not as described, here's your game back. Don't care. I don't argue with people. I just escalate to eBay. Like, now I know the system. Now, as a buyer, I am fucking immune. Right? Now I'm invincible as a buyer, but back then I didn't know the system well enough. And that's, right, Trevor, right? You say it's impressive to get scammed as the buyer, but when you're a noob, when you don't know anything, you get played by the system, basically. You have to know what you're doing. Sacred Cards, VGA 90. Geez, uncirculated for 162.52. That feels like a snag. I know it's a case fresh game, but Adventure of Link 9.08 plus 139. Here's the Kingdom Hearts with the pre-order decals. Or limited edition pre-order. The label says pre-order. Heritage says limited edition. It's one of the two. 9.88 plus though, pushing its way up to almost $500. Jeez. Single copy. There's no other of this variant on the Wada Pop Report. Pushing up to 550 now. Looking for 550. You have a CGC 9.2 Dawn of Souls. Picked up 110 CAD. Yeah, exactly, Davey. Like, it's awesome to get those Final Fantasy GBA games. They're just very affordable.
$480.
1 out of 10 purchases are a scam nowadays. Are sports video games mass-produced? Yes.
Fair warning.
Of course. On the topic of sports video games, NCAA 14, is it headed for the bargain bin? Amazon exclusive on this Kingdom Hearts here. NCAA, is it finally going to go back to being worthless? College sports is coming out. We're getting College Sports 25. Are people finally going to stop giving a shit about NCAA 14? I think they are. I think that game's value is going to die in the next 2 to 3 years. Die. To the point where no one even gives a shit about factory sealed ones, right? It will go back to being like a $60 sealed, $20 CIB. That's my take on NCAA 14 now that we're finally getting a new college game. I don't think people actually care. I think the only thing holding that thing up was that it was the final college game released. Kingdom Hearts closed at $600. That's impressive. Like, that's honestly pretty good for DS. 9.88 plus there. Amazon exclusive. Pretty nice. Legacy of Ys, books 1 and 2, 9.8A plus. That's NCAA 14 for 360 and PS3. Oh no, there's no rarity to NCAA 14.
$1.
No rarity.
$2.
$250 for Ys, books 1 and 2, published by Atlas there. Here's LOL, Never Party Alone,
$8.
9.8A plus, published by Age Tech.
$14.
Is this From Software? Age Tech publishes like all of From Software's games for some reason.
$34.
Nope, just random companies. Oh, P-Cube. Route 20. No, don't know. No clue. No idea what this is. I've never seen this game before.
$38.
Pushing its way up to $67, 9.8A plus. NCAA 14 is the best sports games ever. You probably sold close to 200 of them. Exactly. Exactly. You shipped your game to Europe once. No one picked it up from customs, so they eventually sent it back. Game was paid for and the buyer wouldn't answer email, so you kept it all. What? That's actually another thing, Renex. Like, getting scammed and stuff, I simply stopped shipping across the ocean. I know it sucks for people in Italy, Germany, the international collectors. I do not ship over the ocean anymore. I have had the most issues ever on eBay shipping across the ocean. It just, I had to eliminate it. Can't do it. Can't do it anymore. Even to Mexico. Like, I can't do it. Sorry to the international folks, but just removing over the ocean in Mexico, like, reduced my issues by a fuck ton. Sorry, Odin. Sorry, my guy. It's a shame there's such a physical toll to boxing, at least as I was hitting the bags. Yeah, and like, that's fun, you know? Just punching the punching bag? Fun. It's great stuff. Like I said, I love the idea, but it's the same reason I didn't play football or anything. Like, I just don't want to get hurt. Straight up. I don't want to get hurt. I love weightlifting, you know? I guess I could get hurt doing that. It's a far less risk, I think, in weightlifting versus any kind of combat sport, but since my actual passion is bodybuilding and lifting, just feels like a waste to get hurt doing, like,
Dreamcast games coming up. BROOOOO.
Joe Kane with the 19 months. Pump the Dreamcast games coming up. Yeah, some nice Dreamcast lot here coming up. What do we got? The Daytona USA 9.6A, Fatal Fury, Mark of the Wolves 9.6A++, Nightmare Creatures 2 9.2A++. Right after I shit on Dreamcast, you're asking me to pump it. That LOL game actually went for $150. Actually went for $150. Like, not bad. Pokemon Black version 2, 9.8A+, $450. Is Black 2 finally down in price? That doesn't feel bad for a 9.8A+. Like, that doesn't feel bad. Isn't Black 2 like $200 CIB? Has it come down? What's DS doing these days? Pokemon Conquest, 9.8A+. I expect this to do well. Yeah, highest graded out of 8 of this variant. What's the variant? I assume it's a first print? Ah. Anyway, not easy to find. 9.8A+, looking for $475? Closing at $450? Yes, closing at $450. Pokemon Conquest. Yeah, same price as Pokemon Black 2. I know Conquest is actually a little bit of rarity. It's a Pokemon game at the end of the day, but a little bit of rarity on there. Animal Crossing, 9.8A++, New Horizons. Get yourself a 9.8A++, under $100 still on the bid. That LOL game looks like something even your kids at 5 would be like, that's a bad buy. You traded in NCAA 14 last month when they announced it. Yes, dude.
Fair warning.
I think NCAA 14 is dead. As I understand it, and if one of you guys might be deep into this actually, but as I understand it, because NCAA 14 is the last college game released, it actually has a very dedicated player base.
$90.
Like, people still make mods for NCAA 14. They import new college players. Like, they keep it going. A very vibrant community around the game. So it's not even just collectors and stuff hoarding this copy of NCAA 14. If you want to play college football, you have to buy a copy.
Fair warning.
So as I understand it, like, there's a lot of gamer demand right now around that title. So as soon as College Football 25 drops, whatever the hell they're calling it, you no longer need it. People don't need it anymore. So, I mean, how many collectors actually want NCAA 14 versus just want to resell it? Maybe I'll make a full video. But I think this is it. I think that's it for NCAA 14.
Next lot. $110, $130.
Yep, exactly. NCAA games are back, man. Players are getting paid now, as they always frickin' should have. Yeah. Animal Crossing New Horizons, 9.88++, $139. Really not bad to get yourself a 9.88++. Castlevania Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2, 95+, Anime Expo variant cover, pushing its way to $400. Yo, Crypto Esquire, what'd you send, man? Thank you for the 2 months. What was your first game? VGA 85 on it. $375 for the Anime Expo exclusive copy there. 95+ is crazy on anything, so beautiful copy for whoever just got it there. Oh, Animal Crossing New Horizons, yeah, for sure. Like, the only thing, I am bullish, positive. I'm happy about Switch future, right? I just don't think there's any race to get this. Like, there's no time sensitivity to buying Animal Crossing New Horizons, right? As far as I know, every copy printed is the same. It doesn't even have first and second prints, so $16. I do believe, 5, 10, 15 years out, yeah, it's going to be expensive. It'll go up in value, all that stuff. Just no real rush to get yourself a copy.
$48.
You can put that $140 to something more time sensitive or something that might move faster in price. Celeste, VGA 90+, Best Buy exclusive cover for $206. Diablo 3 Eternal Collection exclusive Ganondorf armor set. That's fucking awesome. 95+ on this.
Fair warning.
NCAA 11 still holds some value on PS2, being the last on the console, but not the outrageous price. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Not surprised. And I think they will still have some value. NCAA 14 has just been too crazy for too long. You had a coworker ask you a couple years ago where he could get a 360 copy of NCAA for his kid for that same reason. Yep. I think there's a ton of player demand for that game. And without that player demand, like, resellers aren't going to be able to just swap NCAA 14 amongst each other anymore. Depends if NCAA 25 has a good dynasty mode. True. It's possible NCAA 25 will be a complete piece of shit. I'm skeptical. I think even it existing will be enough to take people away from going the vintage route.
Fair warning. $240. $260.
Diablo's actually going up over $300 too. 95+ again, just absolutely beautiful. Do you think anything under a 9.88+ on Switch is a waste? Like, kind of. Right now, at least, right? Right now, I think you absolutely should be picky about at least 9.88+. Like, 9.68+ is just too damn easy. There's no way around it. It's like buying PSA 9 Ultra Modern and hoping it's going to be like a good future thing. Just get the fucking 9.8. Pay the extra 30 or 40 bucks, you know? Right now the gaps aren't that large, so now 95+ is a whole nother beast, right? This blows a 9.88+ away. So that's why if we're really talking about condition sensitivity on Switch games, like, if you're not gonna pay up for a 95 or a 95+, which is probably your investable type of top grade stuff, at least get a 9.8. So yeah, I would say anything under is kind of a waste.
$2, $14, $18, $22,
I don't know. No, the
$30,
WATA 10 is still better, lettuce, but it's above every other WATA grade. But the WATA 10 is still a 10. At the end of the day, it's a 10.
Fair warning.
Someone was on a mission for that Celeste. You were the internet bid at 160 and someone clearly wanted it. Boo. Boo earns, man. That sucks. Hopefully you picked up this Terraria 9.68 plus for $60. See, this is the other side of it, though. If you're buying a 9.68 plus and you get a graded copy for $60, who cares? Right? So there's two sides to that. If you're not paying any premium whatsoever, buy a 9.68 plus, who cares? $60, who cares? So, Legacy of the Duelist 90 plus Yu-Gi-Oh here, Link Evolution. Selling for just shy of $100, $99. $99 and into a Sega Master System. I did share this on my story too. VGA 70, it's qualified, but it's a freaking brand new Master System at the end of the day. Like, you just can't get these. So, it's really one of those beggars can't be choosers kind of things.
Next lot.
Still selling for $875 because, of course, right? Like, it's just freaking cool. It's just cool. Final Zone, another cool game. Renovation from the Plattsburgh collection. Tied with one another for highest graded copy out of just 5. 9.68 plus. $325 on it. Anytime you see a renovation title, you know it's going to get some love. Rampage Edition, Jurassic Park, 9.28 plus. Cardboard box only comes in cardboard box, so hard to find these in mint condition. Only 9 copies on the pop report. There must be something nicer than 9.2, but cardboard box Genesis is always hard to get in the upper echelon.
$170.
Recent 2K releases have been pretty bad, but they still sell. You think you'd have to be pretty unplayable? Exactly. Exactly. Like, in my personal opinion, Madden has sucked ass for like 6 years. Doesn't matter, right? No, it's going to sell every year. Is what it is. The convenience alone of just being able to go to the store and buy the most recent version of NCAA, I think that, what's the word? Obsoletes, but invalidates. Yeah, it makes the old version obsolete, is what I'm trying to say.
$300.
Yeah, the question is which modern, super modern games can do 10,000 in some decades? Yeah, I agree. I don't know about that question, Game Gallery. Like, I don't do a lot of Switch speculation. I just, like I said, I have no rush. I feel like I can still wait 1 to 2 years on buying Switch stuff and prices won't really move.
$140.
But
$280. $300.
I don't know what on the Switch or what ultra modern stuff will go. Yeah, $10,000 in decades. That's anyone's guess on that. Jurassic Park Rampage Edition did go for $375. That's nice. Good price. I figured it might. King of the Monsters doing pretty damn good too. Only copy on the pop report. Jeez, I didn't realize. I grew up playing this game actually. I think it was fun. I haven't played it in like 15 years. I think it was fun. But King of the Monsters 8.5A, only sealed copy on the Wada pop report for $575. Pretty damn cool. That's super nostalgic. Damn. I didn't realize it was the only copy on the pop report. Like, I saw 8.5A and I was like, eh. But shoot. Got some fans out there. Got some fans. T2, the arcade game, 9.68 plus for $375. Todd's Adventure in Slime World, 9.8A. What's been one of the auctions you regret not trying harder for?
$440.
Wow. One that always sticks out in my mind, Losty, is from years ago. And it was a Sonic Adventure limited edition, factory sealed, VGA 90, I think. If you're familiar with that game, it's on Dreamcast. Limited edition Sonic Adventure. It was only distributed through Hollywood Video, if I remember correctly. But anyway, it sold on eBay, open auction, and it went for like $500 US. And, in the auction, I was like, man, if I don't win this, I will never see this again. This is so freaking rare.
Fair warning, $140.
And I've never seen it again. And, buying a Sonic Adventure limited edition factory sealed just does not exist.
Fair warning.
And I always think back to that one. A lot of the time, I'm not too, choked up about losing an auction because, I try not to over-emotionally invest in things. For almost anything, almost any video game, you're going to have another opportunity on stuff. It's those items where you truly won't have another chance. Those are the ones that stick out. And it's really hard to know when it's something that's, not going to have another chance, As we've seen through the boom and the bust cycle over the past few years, you've almost had a couple chances at anything. Even things that seem like they're only going to be one chance type of items. We've seen another one come up, another one be found, another opportunity. So it's always really, really, really hard to identify those things that you just won't see again, but that's one that sticks out for me. Sonic Adventure Limited Edition Factory Sealed. Todd's Adventure in Slime World, $600. Group lot of 4 here, just CIBs? No, Factory Sealed. They have to be. $200 there. Group lot of 5 sealed games again.
Fair warning.
I think Ishido's kind of rare up there, isn't it? Maybe they all are. Surprised they just bundled these together, actually. $162.50 for all 5 of them. 2 copies of James Bond, too. Jeez. James Bond fans. Another group lot of 5 here, condition average. Yeah, these all have rips and stuff, but still factory sealed Genesis. And I mean, Predator 2, Alien 3, Trampoline Terror. It's a good lot here, actually. Jeez. I know they're all, you know, kind of ugly, but, like, good games. You won the Zelda Breath of the Wild and the one after it. What was that Breath? Wasn't it like a 9.68 plus second print? $104 there? Yeah. And you got the Terraria for $61.
Fair warning.
Yeah, the shrink is definitely ripped up on these, Joe. Super hard to find exclusives will do well in the future. Travis Scott 2K, Bono's Madden giveaway, stuff like that. You probably. Like, probably. I think that might be the route Switch goes for a lot of it, is like this super exclusive, like kind of like how comic collecting went in, like, you know, limited edition covers. But maybe we're going to start seeing serialized stuff more on Switch, but I don't know if a lot of that LRG stuff, though, I know it's serialized, but, like, man, I don't know. A lot of it just feels like junk. Doom! VGA 90, Sega Saturn. Phew, that's nice. Uncirculated. Jeez. Nice copy of Doom here on Saturn, looking for over 500. Yo, Viridian Waves, just lost out on some GBA games? Welcome in, dude.
$440.
Selling selling one-of-a-kind items can be tough. As you say, you won't see it again, and even a great price at the time might not look so good in a few years. Yep. And that's why, you know, even during the bubble there, like, I got rid of 2 black box games. And the thing is, I got rid of Kung Fu and Hogan's Alley. They're both like 9 point something. Black box hang tab games. I knew getting rid of them, I will never own them again. And it's tough to, it's tough to even be the seller on stuff like that, to make the decision or finally come to terms with accepting that no matter what this sells for, right? They did fucking amazing. I think they sold for like 40,000 each, but no matter what they sell for, it's like, I will probably never buy this again. Even if I could buy it right now for, like, say 10,000, 20,000, they're probably down from what they sold for. I will never buy it again. I know that. I just don't care enough. And I think that was part of the decision making there, Adam, is if I wouldn't buy it again, even if the price came down, why should I bother holding it at the current valuation? Kind of like that endowment effect thing. But I think about that a lot, where it's like, if I were to get rid of it, would I actually buy it back even at like 20, 30, 40% lower? And if the answer is no, it's like, well, why am I keeping it at its current price? Unless you're just speculating, hoping it goes up more or something, but, you know. Daytona USA 9.6A on the Dreamcast. Nice game.
Next lot.
Yeah, 40K each for a couple of mid-grade boomers. Yeah. No complaints, man. No complaints. It turned out well. That's why you can never overpay for extremely rare items. Yeah, like, and it was above my budget. That was the problem, B. Is like, when it sold in maybe 2015, 2016, I was just broke. I would have been like 20, 21. So, like, I couldn't push. 500 US was already, like, too much. Fatal Fury, the Mark of the Wolves. Highest graded copy they've ever sold at Heritage, only second time offering it. The Daytona USA there went for 181. Street Fighter Collection was 85 plus qualified on this. Still went for 525. Doom went for 525 as well. Mark of the Wolves here pushing its way up over 200. Let me just check my email quick. Maybe I can find the listing on that. And I can actually find what price it went for and what year it was. Serialized means numbered, yeah. Like 1 out of 500, 1 out of 50, 1 of 1. That's serialized. Very, very common in sports cards. where every frickin' chase card is like 1 of 50 red, 1 of 10 gold, 1 of 1 dual auto. It drives the sports card market.
Fair warning. Next lot. $3, $34, $38, $40.
Oh, it sold for a bit more than I thought it did. No wonder I couldn't win it. Am I leaking anything if I show this? Just, I'm a trusted seller. I don't think this leaks anything. I'll show you guys in a second here. Fatal Fury, Mark of the Wolves went for $243.75. Nightmare Creatures 2.
$48, $50, $55.
Pushing its way to $84. Yeah, 752 US. So like that's why I didn't win it. I'm pretty sure I did push this up. Oh, I was the fucking underbidder. US $10 over your max bid. I was the underbidder. No wonder it sticks out in my mind still. So, you know, like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? I pushed it literally as high as I could. And, you know, that's it. GG's. GG no re on that one. Sucks. Just sucks.
$110.
Man, I did not remember I was the underbidder. That sucks. 2017 that was. 2017.
Fair warning.
Nightmare Creatures went for $84. DEFCON 5. 9.68 plus there. Is there anything more collectible than video games? You don't think so? I think it just depends who you ask on that one. I think people would say comic, sports cards, Pokemon cards. I think all of those are more collectible at this time. But I love video games. You hear me on that, but sometimes you have to let it go before you know how you really feel about it. Now that's true. LRG, get Breach and Clear. Didn't Certified Link sell a Breach and Clear? Josh, does that sound right? Maybe like a 95 or something? I don't think Breach and Clear even sells for that much yet, being the first LRG. You might be, it might be very slept on right now, but... Oh yeah, Funko Pops. That's the most collectible thing. What am I talking about? 9.68 Discworld long box. DEFCON 5 went for $150. Certified Link sold 2 copies of Breach and Clear. Did you buy them both, Josh, or what? Is this the Josh Get Rich? Is that what you're going to be retiring on? There's going to be a couple LRG stuff that'll always be worth money, but there's no way to know which. Well, except for Shantae. Yeah, I mean, I think, like you see a lot of people GT100 who buy, like, every single LRG release, right? And it's like, maybe, like, those people are probably going to average out, and you'll be fine. But a lot of that LRG stuff is just going to do nothing. Peter Pan, Return to Neverland, 9.8 A+, UPC Punch. They haven't sold it since 2020 at Heritage. $325, like, that's honestly not bad. Disney game getting a little bit of love there at $325. Jupiter Strike, another long box, 9.68 plus. Jeez, long box collectors. A lot of good stuff in this auction for you guys. Or at least some games for you guys. You should have bid higher on Daytona and Mark of the Wolves. Come on, LOS. Come on, man. No, I know, Mike. I know. They could have been $1,000, right? The max could have been 1,000. I could have been nowhere near. It just sucks seeing that, you know, I was almost there. Legend of Dragoon bidding just exploded pretty quick there. Pushed its way up to over $400. 9.6 B+. PlayStation game I still want to get at some point. Cool RPG. One thing limited or serialized is collectible, but when everything is like that, the value on any particular piece starts evaporating. Exactly. Any Xbox 360 being auctioned? A little bit tonight. A couple games at the very end here. Just Borderlands and Oblivion Game of the Year edition. Yeah, I think I'm going to make a video about Xbox soon here, actually. Just talking about the CIB market, store closure, prices exploding, stuff like that. I think Xbox 360 FOMO is just about over. Like, we are peaking here. I think the store closes next month. Prices are going to be peaking here. And if you own one of those stupid 360 games that's exploded in price, I think it is a fantastic time to sell. And the price likely will go down 20, 30, 40% from here. There's like, 20, 30 games that have seen their price jump from like $30 up to 180. If you have one of those, Pretty freaking good time to sell.
Next lot.
It's very unlikely
$340.
the prices continue to climb from these peaks once the store closes. Very unlikely. But I'll make a full video, I think. I just
Fair
need to
warning.
script it out. I need to script it out and give some good examples. Metal Slug X, 9.88 plus. That's nice. Highest graded out of just 7 on the pop report. The Mega Man X6 was also a 9.88 plus. Only 237. Every time these games sell, I'm just like, man, they're too cheap. But every time I say that, they just sell cheap. Legend of Dragoon, 425. Metal Slug X pushing up, looking for 450. You tried your best, Greg. No way to know what the bidder actually bid. He could have bid 5K on the Sonic Limited. Yeah, I know. I know, man. I know.
$360.
Just sucks. Like, I'm not a huge Dreamcast collector, but I've always been drawn to the rare shit, you know? Like, I still have a CIB copy of Sonic Adventure Limited Edition. I've always been drawn to the unique and the very rare.
$420.
As they sold 2 copies of Breach and Clear. You bought the 195, nice. 95 plus and 100, geez. But you put it in this modern auction because you love losing money. Nice guy. On Thursday, we get to see the first ever LRG sell at Heritage Auctions. The first one ever printed. We're looking for what, over 1,000 on that, Josh? Easy? Easy. Street Fighter Collection with a $5 off sticker on it there. 9.88. I don't know if that sticker makes it an early print or not. But I assume it's supposed to be there. $550 though. Jeez. Pretty good for Street Fighter Collection. Man, that's like a real price. This game must be more rare than I think. Metal Slug X, $437.50. And here's Torneko, The Last Hope.
Next lot.
Part of the World of Dragon Warrior games. UPC Punch for $350. If you don't mind having a UPC Punch like that, that's pretty good price for Torneko there. Total Eclipse, 9.08 plus. Long box PS again. Yo, Justin Udell. Welcome in, dude.
Next lot.
Very few 360 titles will hold value. I think 360 titles are going to be valuable, collectible, all that good stuff. I just don't think a lot of this stuff that's spiked up to like the 150, 200, over 200, I just don't think that stuff's going to hold up. A lot of it is, frankly, like dog shit games that people are just buying because it's hype right now.
$12, $16, $20.
They're not going to go back down to how cheap they were, but you know, they're going to very likely going to lose some steam once this whole Xbox 360 store closure, like Xbox 360 is flavor of the month, man. It's just like when Wii U was hot as hell, when 3DS was hot as hell. Like, we just go through these little cycles. You sell shit into these cycles, and then you buy again when no one cares. Like GameCube right now. No one cares. It's great.
$34.
GameCube is probably the least popular it's been in a long time.
$44, $46, $48, $50.
It's like how Wii U right now is like the least popular it's been in a long time.
$5.
Wii U was frickin' everyone was a Wii U collector. Everyone was a full set Wii U collector. You go back a couple of years, 3 years, man, everyone loved Wii U. Way quieter now in that hobby. But you know, no one wants to get into it now because it's like, it's not cool. It's not popular. People aren't talking about it. V Tennis, another long box, 8.5A. Total Eclipse one for 104. These, I don't know if these are like desirable long box titles, but already graded 9.08 plus for $100 just feels cheap. You know what I mean? V Tennis here is going to sell for like $99. Long box set collecting probably isn't that popular, but if you are someone doing it, I'm sure you can't beat $100 for these already graded. Gran Turismo Anniversary, Gran Turismo 7 here, 90 plus.
Next lot.
I thought it was going to get a couple more bids there. $139. I guess it's, $90. That's not bad, I guess. Ratchet and Clank PS5 Launch Edition VGA 90. Oh yeah, Wii is super quiet right now. 100%. Wii, I don't know how much future there is. Wii is tough. Wii is tough. There's like, 50 really good games on Wii and like 800 really bad ones. You grabbed the V Tennis, so freaking rare. I knew it had to be, Josh. I just knew it had to be. I knew it. I knew for $94 this has to just be a good price. Watch the Pez Outlaw. You were being sarcastic, but it's a different monster all on its own. I need to watch the Pez Outlaw still. 9.2 A plus Counter-Strike with sticker. Early print copy here. Nice copy of Counter-Strike on Xbox. One of the most desirable Xbox games these days, honestly. Factory sealed. We saw like your high-grade copies do really well. The 9.2 is looking for $200 right now. Oh, there's mountains of shovelware, GT100. Mountains and mountains and mountains of shovelware. And because there's so much shovelware, full set collecting on the Wii was never really a thing. So, like, deep library exploration was kind of limited. People who care about, you know, the deep titles on Wii are very limited. That's why I think 360 is going to be the same way. Full set 360 collecting is extremely niche. Extremely niche. Games like Fatal Inertia sat for $20 for, like, the past 15 years. Now suddenly people are paying $150, $180, $200? No shot, bucko. No shot, bucko. Full set collecting on 360 simply isn't big enough, in my opinion, to support a lot of these niche 8th-rate games being grails. And they aren't interesting enough. At least frickin' some of the PS2 games, like they're horror titles, you know? You got the genre and the niche that people care about.
$2, $16, $20.
At least when it's a good genre or a collectible genre, people will go for it, but I don't know. Some of those games with Atlas on 360 will probably hold up pretty decent, but people are just going crazy. Fable, 9.4 B plus there. The B plus hurt a lot. It was limited edition with bonus DVD, but $134. Losty, you grabbed yourself the Counter-Strike. Let's go, man. Yeah, very cool game. I need to get myself a copy at some point still. Like, I want to own this as well. I want to own this as well. Just waiting for the right copy at the right time. Borderlands was a Japanese copy, 85 plus for $71. Elder Scrolls Oblivion, Game of the Year edition, 85 plus. Only one idiot graded this. This is the only copy of this variant on the Pop Report. Only one person was stupid enough to send this to VGA. Looking for $114 on it. I actually like it.
Fair warning.
I'll bid. I'll toss a bid at it here. I don't know how many bids I want to toss, but like, I do like Oblivion. I like the, I know it's Game of the Year, so people will be like, oh, it's not very collectible, but like...
You've been outbid.
I think Game of the Year versions of stuff...
$110.
Will have its, fans, if that makes sense.
$120.
It's kind of like the complete definitive edition of the game, if you want to go that way. I think Game of the Year edition stuff, if it has like unique, cool, nice, I think that stuff has something there. I think there's something there. But maybe I'm just crazy. Sold for $140 in the end. You rarely disagree with me, but there are way more than 850 terrible Wii games. Yeah. Yeah. There's an endless amount of Wii games that just suck. You measure relative humidity in the room where your sealed games are? I don't, Mr. Jones, just because I don't live in a humid climate. Like, there's very little humidity where I live, so it's just not really even an issue. Our air is pretty darn dry here. So, like, you know, it's AC'd in here, turn on fans and stuff, but in general, humidity has never been an issue, thank God. Yeah, full PS2 set equals death. Well, I think the 360 set's just as big, Odin. Like, I think the 360 set's over 1,000 games in North America. So, 1,300 Xbox 360 games, like, just, you aren't, it's not gonna happen. It just won't happen. It can't, I need to see something here. I need to make a new video to see how much hype there's been. I don't know if you guys remember my TikTok or my YouTube shorts I made last year. It was like, how much would it cost for you to buy every single Xbox 360 game in 2023? And then I added all the prices from price charts together. Do you guys remember that? Does that stick in your head? Where the hell do I have that? I think I still have that spreadsheet. Where the fuck is it? Game prices? No. But doing that now, I think I should go back and do Xbox 360 again. Those are fun videos. Yeah, you guys remember. Good stuff, good stuff. I need to go back and do those for like Wii U and Xbox 360 now that Wii U is not popular and 360 is absolutely popping off. Man, I don't think I have the frickin' 360 list though. Where would I have put it? That's terrible. I don't want to have to pull that data again. Because, like, I actually trimmed it. That's the thing. Like, I went through and I took out frickin', like, the Rock Band bundle, limited editions, duplicate entries. Like, I actually tried to make that a specific list catered to only the actual games. You know what I mean? Like, I actually tried. There was some effort put into that. Maybe it's here? Wii prices? Damn. I don't think I have the 360 one anymore. That sucks. But anyways, I should make another video there to update. Just to see how much different 360 is now with all this hype going. Because it probably is like a 20-30% difference overall to buy a library right now. Which just seems crazy. Just seems kind of nuts. Yeah. Oh, well, I'll have to look for that after. Maybe I have it somewhere. Maybe I emailed it to myself. We can hope. We can pray. Pray we still have it. Unless you are a Nulblarino who dedicated your life to something you'll immediately sell once you achieve it. Yeah, I mean, everyone's lining up for Fatal Inertia now, but we can't get a new F-Zero or Wipeout. Man, Fatal Inertia has to be the face of, like, what a dumb game to jump up in value like this. Fatal frickin' Inertia. Ay. I can't see that one aging well. Can't see that one aging well. You remember the videos where I compared top collectible games over a certain period? Yeah, that was fun too. Those are fun videos too. PlayStation 2 has over 8,000 or over 4,000 worldwide. Yeah. Yes, I think the North American set is something like 17 or 800 game or 17 or 1800, I think. To find the PS2 total set too was tough. Basically, I just took the opinions of people who had completed the set. So if some full set collectors, like, there's 1,762 releases, I was like, all right, like, probably somewhere close, right? Probably somewhere close. But I think that's where PS2 comes in. Somewhere in there. $82 lots, but 3 were withdrawn, so 79 lots. $23,630, just a smidge under $300 for the average sold game tonight. Man, that's actually crazy, Josh. These weeklies have come a long way in the last, like, what, 6 months here? The weeklies have come a long way. Yeah, I saw Bullet Witch, Wet, Operation Darkness, Spectral Force 3. There's some games that have always been, like, rare Xbox 360 games. And then there's just these new ones like Bullet Witch that are getting a pump. But you know, like Cold Sept, Fatal Inertia, Operation Darkness, Spectral Force 3, Dead or Alive, Rumble Roses. Those have always been on the like uncommon rare Xbox 360 lists. Yeah, go purchase Wet, Alma. Right up your alley, man. Right up your alley. I think most of the games that are getting pumped though, Victor, are generally like unfavorable reviews. I think most of them are like, but obviously gameplay isn't the driving factor for a lot of that. At the top of the auction tonight, speaking of, was the complete in-box Turtles in Time with the 9.6 box, 9 overall for $1,300. Right underneath it was Tetrasphere, actually. Man, second most expensive game in the entire auction. 9.88++ for just over $1,000. The Master System, like I said, man, it's a 70. It's qualified. It's still a brand new Master System. Just not easy to find. Still selling for $875. Right underneath it was GoldenEye. 9.4 overall, 9.6 box. That's beautiful, beautiful GoldenEye. $687.50. Todd's Adventure in Slime World, rounding out the top 5. 9.88 for $600. Another renovation title. Yeah, the renovation games are always kind of good. The renovation titles are always pretty darn good on Genesis, and yeah, they didn't go for crazy prices, Fidel. Feels like things where if it was in a Sega showcase, might have popped off a bit more, you know? The lowest game of the night. It's kind of funny. The Incredibles! Canadian Incredibles! Wow. The Canadian Incredibles. $55 for an 85 plus. I don't think it's a 10K minimum DS. I believe it's a 5,000 minimum, but I'm not 100% sure. Not 100% sure. There is still a minimum consignment rate, but like, depending on what you have, they'll work with you, is what I can say. If you have stuff they want for auctions, they can work with you. You know what I mean? But I did. Is it 10? I thought they brought it down to 5 now. I'll reach out and I'll get a confirmation on that because I need to know the answer. I'll reach out. You want to start thinking about an Ocarina of Time sealed? What would be the lowest grade water VGA that you should aim for? VGA 80, WATA 9.0. Ideally, right? If you can swing that, it depends what's in your budget. Is the biggest thing, Jones. Like, yeah, you could go for a VGA 80, you could go for a WATA 8.0. It just depends what's in your budget. What I would say is do not go below an A seal rating. Like, if you're going to buy an 8.0 or a 9.0, get yourself an A at minimum. But it just depends what kind of money you're working with, Mr. Jones. Just depends what kind of money you're working with, Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones and me. Stare at the beautiful women? They keep telling you maybe your stuff just isn't good enough? Oh, you're getting stonewalled by Heritage. Getting stonewalled, man. But on Thursday, there's going to be a showcase auction, so hopefully you guys come out on Thursday. 6th generation and beyond. It's going to be awesome. Like I said, there's going to be stuff I'm going to be tossing bids at, so it's going to be fun. 7 p.m. Eastern, or 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Hopefully you guys can come out. Is there any kind of incentive for first-time Heritage submitters? I don't think so. Maybe there should be. Maybe I should talk about that too. Where if you come through Greg, if you go in through Greg's referral, you get a first-time incentive or some shit. That should be a thing, right? Surely I should get something like that for you guys. I need more perks. I need some more perks for you guys. A plus is the lowest seal you'll purchase. Yeah, I mean, it just, if you're getting into a B plus seal, it's like, it's tough. B plus is tough on anything but, yeah, use promo code GetTheGreg to save 15%. Exactly. We need some snags in here. We need some coupons. Does Heritage strike you guys as a coupon kind of website? Like, surely, right? Surely high-end auction houses like the coupons. Get some perks and we'll submit some games to the winter auction. Showing up with your Sotheby's coupon. Save 10% on art. Collector's Edition Oot, worth it at a lower grade than regular? I personally think Collector's Edition is more worth it, but you'll have some people argue the other way. I think Collector's Edition is way better, but high-end auction houses hate coupons and don't call me Shirley. Exactly, right? But tonight's auction sponsored by Heritage. Huge thanks to them. Videogames@ha.com. Reach out about all that stuff. Reach out. Ask for the discounts. Ask for those Greg discounts. The worst they can say is no, right? I guess the worst thing is they say no and then they send me an email to stop telling you guys to ask for coupons. We'll see what happens with that. But have a great night, you guys. Thanks for coming out to the weekly auction here. Back on Thursday, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. 6th generation showcase is going to be a good one. Have a good night, you guys. Have a good night, everyone.